everyone, it's Baldwin here, and today I'm sharing a layout that I've created as part of a fun Instagram hop for big picture classes. And the idea of the hop is that each of the people involved via Instagram do the class or a lesson from big picture classes and get some inspiration from there and create a layout based on it. So I did the class by Baldwin and it was called Text Tricks, and I learnt so many things about not only doing some editing of my photos via Photoshop, but also just pushing myself out of my comfort zone a bit and adding my journaling directly to my page. I'm going to try an 8.5 by 11 layout as well, which I don't remember the last time I did one. It would be 10 years, I reckon. I think I did them, I had a go at doing 8.5 by 11s around about when I first started scrapbooking, so that's another thing which it has sort of excited me to try something new. So what I have done is I have used a photo which was actually like a 4 by 6 sort of size landscape orientation photo, and via the class I learnt how to sort of add some space at the top but still in the same color tone as what my background is, so sort of softening and cloning the background to make it a portrait style photo. And then I've also added on my text in Photoshop as well for my journaling and printed that out. So I've printed this at an 8.5 by 11, just slightly smaller, because my idea is that I'm going to border this on a pattern paper. I'm going to embellish and add a title at the top and add some small embellishments on here, and that will be the layout done. So what I've journaled about is just saying how this photo screams their personalities. I've got this, you know, gorgeous, sweet little butter wouldn't melt kind of little girl, and then I have this, you can just tell by the look on his face, this cheeky, mischievous little man. And I've just written here, you know what, you're both totally different but totally perfect in every way. So it's just a nice layout that I wanted to create because I love this photo so much because it just captured them. So I'm going to speed you up and just get creating. I'm not going to talk about obviously how I made this photo the way that I did, because that's for you to learn if you join over at Big Picture Classes and take Pam's class. But I will sort of show you how this layout comes together. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will get creating. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone through all of my bits and pieces from the Crepe Paper Maggie Holmes Carousel collection, and I've cut this base page 8.5 by 11 and then pop my photo on top. This is just, it's quite unusual for me to be working firstly with a layout design like this, but secondly just on a large photo. But I'm actually really liking the process of looking for bits and pieces and, you know, focusing on my story and my photo, which I try to do obviously in my layouts anyway, but in this case it's more just keeping everything balanced and, you know, making sure less, in this case, you know, less is more. So what I've done is automatically looking at this layout from where I've placed my journaling, I know I want something up here to balance out the heaviness of the photo. I know I want to have, because there's this little bit of negative space here, I know I want to have a little cluster here, and you know that I work in threes, so I thought I also want to have one around this sort of area of the journaling. So what I've gathered together is this banner piece, which I thought ties in all of the colours beautifully on that background piece. And then what I wanted to have was some kind of title, I guess. I don't think that it necessarily every page needs a title because the titles are very generic, but I found this happiness is here. It has some gold accents. It sort of fits around the width of the journaling, and then it's got this hot pink in it, so I thought that would go there. I've also gathered together some smaller embellishments because when I'm working in clusters I like to have some smaller pieces. So I found this little heart that says filled with joy, and that was in the ephemera pack. It was in the smaller section of those. So I got that, and then the buttons were in there too, which I thought was really cool. So I've was thinking of putting one there, and then these sequins were as well. So that will bring the gold in, and it will work on my sort of grouping, sort of cluster of 3 small things. I was thinking I might pop also something smaller again there. I was thinking of putting this one over here, so it sort of balances, it draws your eye from the top to read the journaling, down to our photo, and across to the either side, you know, the other side of that photo and the cluster as well, and then back up again. So I feel like this layer as it is now is really balanced. It's not too much. The photo, you know, is the main focus. My journaling obviously is readable and is going to, you know, be easy to read as well because it is a bit of a bolder, larger font. I've used, if you're wondering, the travelling typewriter font for the journaling. And then what I've done is I've gone through my stash to grabbed out some old twine and ink puffy stickers. I think these were in a Studio Calico kit years ago. And then I've grabbed some American Crafts Lizzie enamel dots, and they've got sort of that yellow and pink, and I really love this teeny tiny ones. So I think I want to put a couple, so maybe a super small one, then the next size up. But I've also got, was thinking about using that, but I think it's a bit too big. I found this little star, so I think I'll add maybe one of those even. This heart I thought brings in that hot pink, if you can see it there. So I'm just going to start adhering, I think, which not quickest layout ever because I sort of had to plan and do the editing on the computer, but certainly it's fallen together really nicely, and I'm able to do this in real time as well, which is unheard of. So I'm going to pop this all together, and yeah, we'll see how we go, I think. Right, so let's get this together. I really love this. I don't know if you can tell in this is my first time back in my craft room for a little while. I've had a little break. I've had some personal things going on and took a bit of a step back and pause and relax and time with my family. And this, I think, was the perfect way to get back into crafting. So thank you, Pam, for an amazing class and for sort of reigniting my mojo. I'm going to pop this with just some fine line in my fine line bottle. It's just the Scotch Quick Dry. This one's nearly empty. I think they're calling it tacky glue now. This is an older bottle. So I'm going to add my adhesive to the top. And stick that on, and I'm going to find this one's not going to work. I'm going to find my T-square ruler just so I can get it centered. Alright, so I've just grabbed my T-square ruler just to help me get this lined up, and I feel like because there isn't a lot to this layout, what I do has to be perfect. Just because you're making such a statement with the bits and pieces that are on the layout, the small amount of pieces that are on the layout. So I'm going to grab Not really sure if I want to put this foam under here, so I'm sort of going to, I think, trim it up and place it on, but I may peel it off if I feel like it's competing with the chipboard piece, because chipboard pieces are quite thick and I don't want it to, yeah, I don't know if I'm liking that. What I might do is actually just put the foam on either end, so the ends are raised a little bit, but the middle is adhered directly down. Yeah, I like that a lot more. So, pop a little bit of adhesive. I hope you're not minding that I'm doing this in real time. I thought it would be nice to be able to get a new video up, but I also knew that filming a voiceover for this might prove a bit difficult, and because this seems to be not just falling together, but you know what I mean, it is a good chance for me to film while I go. I haven't got my glasses on, so I cannot even tell if this is centered right now. No. And the problem with working with photo paper is going to be it's not going to be too forgiving, I don't think, if I need to move something. Okay, so I've got that. Then I am going to place this one. I think I'll adhere this straight down, and that's because I've got the button next to it which has a bit of dimension. So I'll pop him there. My button, which these are just gorgeous. And then this gorgeous sequin. Which I'm not sure, I'm hoping that will stick without me needing to do too much. And I have another sequin over here. Which I'll pop up here. Ew. So, nearly done. Woohoo! And I'm feeling very excited about that, to be able to say that I've done a page. So I'm going to grab out these enamel. I reckon these were from maybe Daydreamer. They're quite old. Enamel dots. And I want to pop. Do I want to use one of the yellow stars? I feel like that's a bit too big. Oh, that's a bit cute there. But I feel like that star, yeah, I don't think I'm going to push my embellishing too much on this one. So I'm going to pop one larger and one smaller enamel dot there, and then I am going to put another teensy tiny one here. It's funny how I've nearly used all of the smaller ones. Tell which ones I like the most. Just that nice little finishing touch, I think. And then I'm wondering if I want, do I leave it? Wow, I feel like shouldn't say that I'm finished, but I think I am. And I'm so excited. I think I'm definitely channeling my inner fellow job girl Amanda Hall on this one. She makes the most amazing layouts using large style photos and every single... I know I haven't created quite to her caliber on this one, but she has every little detail perfect. Everything is exactly where it should be. I'm wondering if I add some stitching, but I'm also a little bit apprehensive to add some stitching in case. But I'm super wrapped with that. And I think that what I'll do is I'll use this as an insert in my album, and I'll create another layout to go on the back. I'm really excited to give this size a try. I'll leave you with some close-ups at the end, and you may find that the close-ups do have the stitching added because I'm leaning towards it right now. And I will see you all soon, so don't forget to check out Instagram. It'll be open until I think it's the 1st of September. The prize is each of us Instagrammers that are joining in on the hop are giving away a month to Big Picture classes. So it's an amazing opportunity to be able to get a really good look at the classes and content that's available and see whether you think it would suit you. So thanks for watching again, and yeah, I'll see you all soon. Bye everyone.